It's grocery time.
Okay, so we often talk about our goal being to shop monthly as much as possible and then do weekly fill-in trips as needed. So this is one of those weekly fill-in trips. This came from Natural Grocers, aka Vitamin Cottage, which it used to be, which I still call it often. And we've got a few things from Costco. I'm driving everyone insane with the heat that radiates from my body during this pregnancy. Oh my goodness, the temperature in our bedroom was down to 37 degrees last night. I leave the door open all night long. Kevin freezes and gets as many blankets as he can. Whew, I'm hot. Can't help it. Okay, so from Natural Grocers, we have a bunch of bananas. These are strictly for eating. I normally get bulk bananas from Costco. They've actually started selling them in the organic variety and they're decent. So Kevin lets me buy those and we freeze them for smoothies. For him and him only, because I don't think anybody else puts them in their smoothies. And I can't stand bananas unless they're in banana bread. We also have, which looks like, is this the cilantro?
Might be.
This is the weakest looking bunch of cilantro I think I've ever seen. So, what a cute little tiny bunch of cilantro. We also have some cucumbers that we will use to put in salads. We also have a few bunches of beets. I've got a beet salad that we're gonna be making, which I don't even think we're gonna actually use these for. I'm actually gonna probably use these to start some beet kvass. That is one of the fermented drinks that we have never tried, and I'm really excited to do so. I think we'll probably be sharing that in the next video. Next we have lettuce. We love salads in our family, and although we have been doing more sprouts, it just still doesn't replace the amount of greens that we get with the lettuce. And so we normally do 6 heads of romaine, 6 heads of green leaf, 6 heads of red leaf, and there should be some collard greens in here. There they are, collard greens. These are for the tortoises, or me, but the tortoises will probably get them because every time I request my collard green dish, it usually doesn't get made. Okay, so normally we get our jalapenos from Azure, but I have a small project that I wanted to do. And so I got some extra jalapenos from Natural Grocers for us to do some fermented jalapenos. We're going to be sharing that recipe in the next video. I cannot wait to try them because I've been loving the pickled jalapenos. And I'm really curious if the fermented jalapenos are going to be as big of a hit in our house as the pickled ones are. Next we have broccoli. Got like 3 or 4 heads here. Broccoli is expensive these days. There was a while there where I couldn't even get it. It was not available in our area at any of the stores, but it finally looks like it's coming back. And we normally just take it and roast it as a side dish with our dinners. Thighs, and maybe a whole chicken here and there, but we have committed to not buying chicken broth from the store and to just using that whole chicken because A, the cost savings, and B, the nutritional value that you get from actually using the whole chicken, having the bones and all of that. Chicken is something that it pains me to order on a weekly basis. I really want to get locked into that every 3-month buying cycle for chicken that we have as part of our food buying cycle, but we're just not there. Number one, it's a big cost every 3 months for us, especially when you go through about 12 chicken a week, and the space. Even though we have 5 freezers plus 4 refrigerators with freezers in our home, we just don't have enough for all the darn chicken. We also have yogurt. Now, this is one where I'm almost there. I'm almost there to going back to making our own yogurt. I just need to figure out which child is going to be in charge of it and coordinating that with our milk drop cycle and all of that. But for now, this is hopefully one of the last tubs of yogurt that we're gonna buy, and it is going to be used for breakfast with the homemade granola we've been making. I also have fixings for our Italian salad tonight. As for the pepperoncinis, this is something I really want to make, but for some reason I have a really hard time finding banana peppers. If I find them, they have a small amount of them at the grocery store. So I guess it means that we're probably gonna just have to grow them next year. And then lastly, we got a few things from Costco. Again, just fill in. I thought we were all caught up on our frozen berries, but apparently we were out of frozen blueberries. So I grabbed these along with some mozzarella cheese. Again, this is another one of those things. I thought that I had ordered a whole bunch of it and it has all gotten eaten. So we got 2 packs of these to use for our triple batch of lasagna tonight. So in that process, I got gunk on my shirt, which means I'm gonna have to go do a costume change. Thank goodness, I'm so hot.
Now after lunch is done, I'm gonna start working on the garlic knots for dinner. I have my yeast in the bowl, and then I'm gonna add some hot water. My dough has been kneading for about 7 to 10 minutes now, and it's feeling nice and stretchy. That's awesome. And now, weird thing, I'm gonna be adding softened butter to my dough.
All right, I have Grayson here with me, and we are going to make not 1, not 2, but 3 whole batches of lasagna. And these are big, hefty batches of lasagna. One of them is going to feed our entire family, probably not with much leftovers though. And then we'll have 2 more to throw in the freezer. So we've got all of our ingredients pulled out, and we're gonna get cooking. Garlic. We're gonna get the garlic. What? Okay, so a single recipe calls for 2 pounds of ground beef and 1 pound of breakfast sausage. So we are going to do 3 pounds of breakfast sausage and 6 pounds of ground beef. And thankfully, we have this huge giant pot that I'm hoping it's all going to work in. I'm somewhat concerned about how it's gonna actually like brown up and crumble in the big pot, but we like it a little bit more chunky in our lasagna. My hope is that it's all gonna be good.
9 pounds of meat in the pot.
You got it! And then it peels off easily. All right, so we've got our garlic cut up, and I'm gonna go throw that in the pot with the meat that is working its way towards browning. Breslin decided that we need more garlic, which I am definitely not going to tell her no.
Because I love touching garlic.
Kevin has showed you the trick to peel garlic by throwing it in a jar and shaking it, which is great, especially if you're doing a lot of garlic. But if I'm doing like a head or less, I will just use the side of my knife and I will crush it by pushing down. Well, that's all well to do so when you have somebody who can use a knife carefully. When you have little kids that want to help, using this little tiny cutting board does wonders. You want to do it? And then it's easy peasy to peel. Look at that. And all that you need to do, you don't even need to touch it. You just go like this. You hold down this tip and you go like that. Yeah, like that. And keep going. I changed my mind. Garlic is the perfect thing to teach children how to cut. So here, let's try it like this. Look, can you pinch it like this?
Sure.
Like this. And keep it up high. Yes, there you go. Let's try that. Good job. We got all the meat browned. The real moment of truth is trying to fit all of this now into the pot. So for each single batch, we're gonna do 2 cans of diced tomatoes and 2 cans of the tomato paste. So we're gonna do 6 cans of diced tomatoes and 6 cans of tomato paste. Yes. Good job, Breslin. Okay, we're gonna do 4 tablespoons of Italian seasoning per batch. Breslin, what's 4 plus 4? 4, 5, 6.
14.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why we made the quart and not just the pint. All right, come here.
Pick me up, y'all.
All right,
Sit down.
careful, hot, hot, hot. And then salt and pepper to taste. All right, so Breslin's gonna crack 6 eggs for us, and we're gonna get started making the cheese mixture while that cooks for about 45 minutes.
5.
Big fork, like a serving fork.
Smashing time!
Okay, while Breslin beats the eggs, we're gonna add, our recipe calls for 2 tubs of cottage cheese and 2 tubs of the ricotta cheese. So that means we're gonna do 6 tubs of the cottage cheese and 6 tubs of the ricotta
Can I
cheese.
do some?
Yes.
Do you remember when we said something about trying the cottage cheese?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Honestly, it doesn't smell bad.
It's
Like-
really, you know what's really funny? I didn't know that was open, and I go, "You stink."
That's funny because
Like it smells good, but like
okay, so look at this. For cottage cheese, this doesn't look like your normal cottage cheese. Yeah, like this is, I mean, there's definitely chunks.
honestly, it smells like there's sour cream.
I love the cultures in there.
It's a texture thing.
It's not my favorite, but it's way better than the slimy stuff that I've tried in the past that made me hate cottage cheese. Like, if I put this on a cracker with some seasonings, I think it'd be really good. Maybe. The chunkiness is just not. I just realized that in our Azure haul, which I think was 2 videos ago, where we shared that we got this, I usually try and share the expiration dates of dairy products. And I didn't with this. And so I wanted to say, we got this 3 weeks ago. The expiration date on the cottage cheese is February 19th. So that would be, I mean, we got it like the first week in January. So it's a month and a half that this lasts. And one thing that we've noticed with Nancy's products is that they last, when they're cultured like that, they last far longer than the expiration date. Breslin's gonna have all this emptied. The bowl's gonna be overflowing.
Yeah.
To the cheese mixture, we're gonna add 6 tablespoons of parsley. That's 2 tablespoons per batch. And we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay, so assuming that this lasagna is gonna go straight in the oven, now is the time that you wanna preheat it to 375. And now for the lasagna noodles, I am not going to try and cook these all at once. I'm gonna do 1 box at a time. So I had Kevin fill up this pot with water. We got it warming up. I just turned it up so that we can get it boiling. I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of salt. Yeah. And then I'm also gonna add a tablespoon of olive oil to the water in order to make sure that my lasagna noodles don't stick together when I try and drain them. We get our lasagna noodles from Azure Standard. I think I got these in a box of 6 or a case of 6, at which point, again, it's one of those things that if you buy in larger quantities, you get better pricing. The cook time on here says to boil for 4 minutes, so we're probably going to boil them for about 3 minutes. We want them to be a little bit undercooked, or al dente. Why? We talk about this a lot. Aluminum is not good for you, so line your aluminum with parchment paper. We're gonna start assembling the lasagna with a layer of the lasagna noodles.
Mom, since I cooked this, can I have it?
After the lasagna noodles, we're gonna do a layer of cheese mixture.
Where are they?
Next layer is the mozzarella cheese. Like, that's all that's gonna go on there. All right, so next step is the meat sauce. The exciting part is figuring out if we're allocating all of this properly or if we're gonna be left over with a whole bunch of something at the end. So we've got our second layer of noodles down, and I'm gonna do another layer of the cheese mix.
Lasagna that we get from the store.
We've got our mozzarella layer down, and now we're gonna do our last layer of meat sauce. All right, now it's time to top these with some Parmesan cheese. So now we have 3 wonderful, delicious, wholesome, hearty meals for our family. One for tonight. These technically could probably, if we really stretch them, could feed the 9 of us if my parents aren't here.
Yeah.
Maybe for lunch, maybe with like a heavy side or something. So we could make this for
5.
additional meals, 4 additional meals.
Yeah. But
Or
when
if we're going for a quick and easy dinner, we'll just grab 2 and take them out and heat them up. And next time, Grayson gets to make the lasagna.
oh boy.
All right, now the oven is fully preheated. Let's put this bad boy in the oven.
Bye-bye.
We'll see that in about a half hour. For the dough for the garlic knots. Whoa. Go! Alright, with lasagna, we're gonna have an Italian style meal all together. We have garlic knots, we got lasagna, we have some wonderful salad dressing that we're gonna make. Bless you. It's Italian salad dressing. Let's do it. We have olive oil. Let's put a cup of olive oil into that jar, Asher. Let's put a half a cup of the white wine vinegar in. Yes. Alright, we're going to do 1 teaspoon of honey. One teaspoon of Dijon. We're gonna do 1.5 teaspoons of the Italian seasoning mix. While Asher's doing that, I'm gonna get going on some garlic. 2 cloves of garlic in. Maybe a little less than 2 cloves. It keeps sticking to me. Salt and pepper to taste. Put a little crickety crack of pepper in there, bud.
Crickety crack.
Shake well.
You must need a really fun
Yes.
framework for this.
We're gonna store that in the refrigerator until we're ready.
I'm gonna clean it.
If you're not making your own salad dressing, you can. It's so easy. A few simple ingredients, shake, you're done. It's healthy and delicious. What good is a salad dressing without a salad? So we're gonna turn this stuff into an Italian salad, which is gonna be delicious. Lyndon, you wanna do the clap trick?
Yes.
All you gotta do is just stand still, do one big clap. 3, 2, 1. See how easy that was?
Wow.
Now that our lettuce is done, I just need a big bowl. Let's get going. All right, salad is in. We're gonna do about a cup of Parmesan trees, and 1 red onion. Throw that in there, Bob. All right, Linda's gonna get the salad dressing. I'm gonna get the olives. I just need a spoon. All right, now we're gonna get to it. All right, who loves olives?
Harvard,
I have children that just love olives, and I don't get it. I don't know why.
I don't like them. I like these.
Oh, those are not as good as the other ones.
Throw that in. That's good. Approximately 12 of these bad boys. 1, 2, 11,
12.
half, 11 3/4.
Yeah.
Look at the size of this, Harvard. Okay, a few optional items is gonna be croutons. The recipe calls for cherry tomatoes, but someone didn't let Christy know we were out of cherry tomatoes. So, we're gonna skip the tomatoes tonight. We're just gonna give this a good start. But you know what's really cool is how pretty this looks. Come look at this. There's so many colors in here, it's so pretty.
You added Italian seasoning?
That's right. That smells really good. We're not gonna put dressing on this yet, but we will take this and throw it outside because it doesn't fit inside the fridge.
Doing now.
That does not look good to me. You know what looks good to me? What smells good is lasagna. We are bubbling, y'all. With all the garlic and stuff that's going on, we decided to throw a green vegetable in there. We're gonna make some broccolini. It's just garlic. Broccolini, salt and pepper, and some olive oil. All right, lasagna's about done. Woo!
It's hot.
Oh, dang. I'm not crazy about Italian food, but I love lasagna.
Why are you not crazy about Italian food?
Well, I'm just not. Lasagna mess.
Do you think I could just
I think it's way too liquidy.
Dude.
Can I sit on the edge? I don't like sitting in the middle.
Oh.
Are you gonna eat your lasagna?
I think it's really good.
In the kitchen, just have this meal.
Harvard, good job on the rolls.
Here's my food.
Delish.
All right, you want to know why she's laughing?
Well, it's well seasoned.
There's a slight issue with the salad.
Okay, this is why we try to test all the recipes before they go into the recipe pack. And try to make sure that when there are mistakes, we correct them before it gets officially published.
So here's the deal. You remember that Italian seasoning that I put on the salad from earlier? Throw that in. It was supposed to be 1 tablespoon, not 1 cup. I told Christy, I'm eating it, I'm like, I don't love the salad.
I'm going, why? Like, there's so much seasoning in here that some of it is still dry. Like, it didn't even get mixed in with the stuff.
Beautiful.
Well, I didn't.
And did you not shake it?
No, we shook
It looks
it.
like
It was well shooken.
it doesn't look too full
Wait a minute,
of
wait a
seasoning.
minute. Where did you put the 1 cup? In here or in here?
In there.
Christy, not in
In the salad
In the
itself?
salad, yeah.
Hold on, I gotta look at this.
Alright, well, the truth out.
No, 1 cup Italian dressing. That is on you.
All right, wait.
Oops.
Okay, so let me get this
Be flexible. It's not Friday.
straight. So you put the 1 tablespoon in the dressing.
Yep.
And then you added. What though? Italian.
1 cup. You know how
I'm so happy you guys think this is hysterical.
I loved it.
Don't touch me.
You know how I've mentioned that I think we have 2 pounds of oregano? I'm now thankful that my husband is going to be throwing a cup of Italian seasoning into the salad.
Find your own video editor.
Oh man.
Not my seat.
Radish, clover, alfalfa.
You guys like the clover the best?
Yeah.
Clover and alfalfa.
Okay, so since we used an entire half gallon of sprouts with our potato soup, we're gonna make some more. So I'm gonna do a batch of clover, and then I'm gonna do a mix in this one that is clover, alfalfa, and radish. The clover seeds, we're gonna do another 3 tablespoons, 3 to 4 tablespoons, I think. And then for the mix, I'm gonna do 1, just under 2. That was wet. We're gonna do about 2 alfalfa. And then I'm gonna do like just under a tablespoon of the radish. We're gonna put on the sprouting screens, soak them in water overnight, and then they'll get rinsed and drained twice a day for about 4 to 6 days. All right, that's all for tonight. We'll see you again next week.
All of our children left, so now it's just gonna be us.
Where'd the funnel go?
I don't know, where'd it go?